video, we're going to talk about landforms. What is a landform? A landform is naturally formed on Earth. There can be any types of landforms, and we're going to see the landforms. Here are the types of landforms I'm going to show you: mountains, hills, valleys, deserts, and plains. These are the landforms that I'm going to show you in this video. Mountain. A mountain is stretched above the land, and two mountains form another landform. Did you know that? Yeah, two mountains make another landform, and that landform is on this list. But we'll see more about that landform in a few slides. So this is an example of a mountain. This is Mount Everest. You see how tall this is? Okay, now let me tell you another example of a mountain. The Mauna Kea Mountain in Hawaii. Yes, there is a Mauna Kea Mountain in Hawaii. Let's go to the next slide. A hill. A hill is kind of like a mountain, but instead of having a peak like a sharp top, it has a rounded top. And what's close to a hill as a mountain is that a hill is not stretched up high above the land like a mountain. It's like what you see in this picture, lower than a mountain with a rounded top. And it is also easier to climb a hill than to climb a mountain. Let's go to the next slide. A plain. A plain is where there's no hills, no mountains, no any other landform, including the next landforms. A plain is just flat land with some animals grazing around. See, some examples of animals that are grazing in plains are like cows, sheep, and maybe chicken, and other animals. And don't forget, they also exist on every continent except Antarctica. A canyon. A canyon is steep, and when you go to the edge of it, you might almost fall. If you go past the edge of it, you will fall down. But sometimes there can be a river between two canyons like these two. But if the river is closer to the second canyon, then if you fell from the first canyon, you would just fall down and then hurt yourself a lot on the ground. But if you were to fall down on the second canyon, you just fall down and land into a river. And then if you're lucky enough, someone in a boat will accept your apology for running into their pathway, and then they'll take you where your destination should be. And this is an example of a canyon. This is the Grand Canyon. A valley. A valley is where two mountains meet. It is a low area which sometimes has a river in it, like a canyon. But other valleys have just land on their low area. But sometimes there can be a hill. Sometimes there can be a hill that makes a valley. but most times, mountains are what make valleys. Desert. A desert is kind of like a plain, but instead of the floor being flat grass, it's flat sand. So if you were to stumble across a desert and you walk far enough to go to the middle of that desert, then you'll be almost dehydrated and to find water, you would just have to go beyond. You have to go beyond the desert. Then when you go past the desert, you'll be completely dehydrated because they have little or no water or little or no rain. So never go to the middle of a desert, okay? And these are the landforms that we talked about in this video. The landforms are mountain, hill, plain, canyon, valley, and a desert. Those are the landforms that we talked about today. And finally, closing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned about the deserts mostly, but I also hope you learned all of the landforms something about. In the next video, we're going to talk about water bodies next. But till the water bodies video, I'll say bye!